we had to end crypto. The government and the countries had to end crypto. And the reason they had to is because nobody was going to work. And so what's happening right now that I love about where crypto is going to, and I'm so on board with, is this thing called nodes. So they're moving the crypto business and environment away from stock pools of assets through investments into crypto. And what they're going to is rather than investing in the crypto, you're going to invest in a node. Okay. So what's the difference between a crypto and a node? Okay. A node is an Internet of Things, IoT device, okay, software that sits on a piece of equipment that counts the material flowing through that equipment. Okay, that's what it does. Okay.
The fuck?
Yep. And so now all of us are coming together and we're syndicating the purchases of this business, this node. Okay. And this node doesn't cost more than $50,000, which is below the SEC number of a syndication, because that's 1,011 people. And so less than 11 people in most states have to buy this node, and it has to be less than $1 million. And this node is the equipment that makes somebody else more money, just like the containers, the equipment. Make sense? And so I've got friends right now. There's one out there called DebtBox, D.E.B.T. Box, and they are putting pumping stations on oil wells. And how much oil moves through that pumping station that's needed in order to pump the oil out. They paid all the people that are the nodes of that equipment. They paid all those people a daily per diem rate of what comes through the node.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can do it with anything. You can do it with
who comes up, like my little brain, like wrapping my head around that is insane. Like it's there's so much to that. And I would love to invest. I mean, I don't have right today, but I will. I mean,
yeah, I'm not asking for your money. I'm just training you.
So the bottom line is that I went from having all this money, being, having my parents give me money, having trust, to now I have to, which is like, I love working. I'm not complaining, but I'm learning a whole new way. Like everything I do, and it's very rewarding because everything I do is on me now. Every single bill, every single debt I'm paying because I'm making it work. So this is a new skill, that I can, and there's a couple trusts. So my grandfather was a tad bit controlling. He set up a trust that is lives and beings plus 20.
I love it.
When my two oldest cousins die, tack on 20 years and then it's distributed. So like it'll go to my kids' kids.
Yeah.
And then upwards of 50, 60, 100 million by the time that thing distributes.
Yeah.
I'm learning all this stuff and I love your passion and I appreciate your time because I don't understand crypto. And so I've been hesitant to get into it, because
and they're not all the same, just so you know. And all of them, most of them, I'm going to say this, most of them don't know how to even read any of the stuff I showed you today. They don't know any of it. And so you have to be like, you cannot invest in crypto and the market and everything else. Like I could tell you some things about crypto that I honestly believe and there's data behind how it happened, but we had to end crypto. The government and the countries had to end crypto. And the reason they had to is because nobody was going to work. They were all thinking they're going to be rich in crypto, and there's no way to keep that sustainable. It's impossible. And so they had to figure out how to put a kibosh on it and rein it in with the SEC, or else literally we'd be paying $100 for a hamburger at McDonald's if we wanted a hamburger.
So can you tell me why diesel is so expensive?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a great conversation to have next time. Because here's what I honestly think. I want your permission. This has been such a good 30 or 40-minute thing. I want to post this in the group so people know exactly what it is. One, to work with us and have fun, because I'm going to teach it just as how the world works. This I love this. And two, I can't wait to have Sarah episode number 2, because this is so good. And now you want to know how diesel works, right? So
I do. Well, because I did drive a truck till I had to sell it. And then truck prices went stupid crazy out of control. So we're waiting to get another truck. But as far as this makes my mind go, okay, lithium batteries, diesel, like all the things that fuel the ships. And like, that's where my mind goes. We need to get to the underlying, okay, well, the cost of all that is going to drive every other number on here. You know? And so like that kind of stuff it just, like I said, for me, especially like in drug and alcohol, I research the brain. I'm big on neuroscience and epigenetics because I fucking need to know what we're dealing with and operate.
I 100% agree. Yep.
And then I get it. Like this will all make sense to me eventually, but like it makes a lot more sense now. Like it's like a total foreign language to me, but I see it now. And I'm like, okay, that's where this is coming from. Okay. So it makes more sense.
This is awesome. I love this.
Explain it. Not that I could explain it to anybody, but I'm getting a better grip on it.
I love it. I honestly think I'm going to save this video and I'm going to go put it on my YouTube. Aaron Peterson talks blockchain with people that don't know it and understand it.
Don't have a clue.
Yeah, and so it's going to be fun because it'll be like Sarah Vincent's episode, and then we're going to do part 1 and part 2 and part 3. It's going to be so cool.
Hell yeah. Just keep going.
Yeah, all while we still, in my opinion, do exactly what's going to make us money. Like I'll take the time to lay out exactly what we need to do, the pieces, and then we'll get on the calls and we'll call a couple of these customers and we'll close some of these. But then the next time we get on the phone, we'll talk about why diesel is the way it is, or why diesel is. And just so you know, every single one of them, every single thing that you want to know what it's about and why is it the price that it is, every single one of them, I personally don't think that it's made up. And I could show you why as we go through every single one of them and what was going on in the world at that time and why the storage in some markets were so low and depleted and the other ones were super high. Or here's my favorite one that like blew people away is how come for 8 hours the markets were paying people to take the oil globally, and the markets actually went where we will pay you on these trade contracts hundreds of dollars to take these contracts, and people were buying the contracts, and the oil companies have to pay those contracts to the people when they take delivery to take the oil. Literally how it works and why does it happen. And I can show you the whole thing. I can show you the markets and everything. And here's the thing, and people would say this, well, Aaron, are you educated to understand this? And the answer is no. I literally lost my business and I wanted to know everything about it. And for the 3 years that the 6 dedicated months I was in a trailer trying to keep my mind right, asking how could this all happen? The only way I was going to come out of the depths of hell was to blockchain it all, go ask the internet how it happened, learn about AI, learn about machine learning, learn about how a Bitcoin or crypto machine works, learn why we need to know what the next block number is and the cubes. And I literally taught myself everything because people were and that's why I know the zeros and the ones. And my post the other day about how quantum physics, how it works, and that literally a quark is out there in space right now trying to decide if the quark is going to be a 0 or a 1. It really happens. It's science. It's physics.
Yes.
And the only reason that I know any of it is because I had to know, why are we mining Bitcoin? What's the point? What's the point of having a machine? What's the point of having blocks? What's the point of having 22 million of them? Will they actually go up in value when they run out and deplete? Will they actually do that? I wanted to know. It wasn't a guess. I wanted to know how the computer reads the QR code through the SHA-256 so that it pumps out the number. Like, to me, it couldn't be phony. It couldn't be made up. It had to be the real thing. And so what's crazy is I am excited about Bitcoin. I will not invest in Bitcoin.
Interesting.
And there's 2 reasons. And the main reason is until the SEC sorts out the crap, and here's what the biggest crap is, okay? You could, in the beginning, the reason Bitcoin existed or was used was to buy drugs illegally on the internet. That's what it was used for. Yeah, it's the black market. Yep. Then what happened is it came out of black market, and a lot of really wealthy mafia families had a lot of Bitcoin. And so guess what? Then it drives up to 80, hundreds, whatever thousand, and mafia families are making billions. They literally made billions.
How much value I have in this universe? But I do know that I made a few people happier than they would have been without me. And as long as I know that, I'm as rich as I ever need to be.